Hey guys, Bombbuster72 here again. So today we're going to talk about starting fires without matches, and we're going to do that through a couple of methods. We're going to use some commercial tinders that you can buy at camping stores, sporting goods stores, things like that. Then we're going to make some of our own with materials we can find around the house, and then I'm going to show you what you can do maybe if you're out in the woods and you don't have any tinder, something that you can use to improvise that. So first off, let me show you a couple of the commercial ones. We have the Coghlan's tinder, and then we have Tinder Quik. These are commercially available. They're $5 to $7 for, say, a dozen or so of them, 10 to a dozen. And these are waterproof. You can get them wet and they will still work. And then we have our homemade version of it. This is a cotton ball soaked in petroleum jelly. If you wanted to waterproof this one, you would have to heat up some paraffin wax and dip it in there and get a good seal around it, like a little egg, and then when you're ready to use it, you just break it open. So let's try all of these out and see how they work. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm going to be exposing a lot of the fibers on the inside. That's what's going to be lighting. Okay, and what I've got here, this is the Light My Fire Swedish Firesteel. It's supposed to be good for 12,000 strikes, so it should last your lifetime. It's a pretty good fire starter, and that's what I'm using in place of matches. This is giving me my spark to start my tinder, and then I'll progress on from there. One strike, and we got that one going. Ooh, wind's blowing a little bit. Nope. One strike again, and we got that one. 3 for 3. So here we got the two commercial types and the one homemade one, and they're all working very well. From there, we would add kindling, you know, the small, almost toothpick size pieces of wood, progress up to some bigger branches and things like that. And eventually we can add full-fledged logs onto there. And that's how we would build our fire. Smoke blowing right at me here. So what do we do if we're unable to have these things, if we don't have them with us? There's some things we can do out in the woods as well. Let me move these off of here. Get these out of the way. So what do we do if we don't have those things with us? What can we do if we're out in the wild and we don't have them? Well, let me show you a couple of methods for that. In my area, we have these things here. These are sycamore seed pods, and they're everywhere. They make a big mess. But the one good thing about them is they're so packed in there tight that there's dry material inside even if it gets wet. So what we need to do is we need to get to that. We're going to crush that, and we get all this fluffy material, more than we need, honestly. And then something every good hiker should have with them: chapstick. What we're going to do is dial this up about 1/16 of an inch or so. We'll scrape it right on off of there. We're going to take a small quantity and we're going to mix it in there. Mix it in good. We're going to set that one aside for a minute while I talk about another method. Now, if you happen to be in an area that has something like this, whether it's these sycamore pods or cotton from cottonwood trees, those will work excellent. And there's other things out there too. You need to really find out what's in your area that is like this. But there's something that we have with us all the time, and let me show you about that. If I dig in here, I made sure ahead of time that I had some in here, but I have a little bit of lint from my pocket there. Let's see what we got on this side. A little bit more here. And not much in those pockets. But there's a way that you can do this even if you don't have the pocket lint. And I'll show you that here. I'll cut away and show you that right now. So if you can't find any pocket lint, or you don't have enough of it, there's something you can do. And this really only works if you're wearing jeans or some sort of cotton pants. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to make our own lint. You take our pocket knife, you put it 90 degrees. Now you got to be careful here. Don't cut yourself or stab yourself. And what we're going to do is we're going to scrape. If you guys can see that, we're getting lint right here. Okay, so you have lint with you. You may just have to make it yourself. Okay, so that's a method for getting a little bit of extra pocket lint. So what we have here is just a small little quantity. There's not much. We're going to again use our trusty chapstick. So now let's try these two. Again, first try, we gotta flare up. There we go. So there's a couple of improvised methods that you can use. They burn pretty good too. Maybe not as long as the commercial or homemade versions, but for an improvised method it works pretty well. Especially if you stir it around good, you can get a good flame up. So there you have it, guys. This is starting fires without matches. Until next time, take care and be safe. So recently somebody asked me about Geardo and where he is and what he's up to, and honestly I don't know. He locked himself in his bunker on Mayan New Year's, and I haven't seen him since then. I checked out his bunker. He's not in there anymore. I don't know where he went, but I did get a mysterious email. All it said was, having a blast, and then there was a picture attachment, and here it is. I don't know exactly if this is him or not, but it sure looks like it could be him. It's right up his alley. This is Arctic pencilless whale riding, and that seems like something he would try. So I'll keep you guys updated as more information comes in. Take care.